All right, what's up guys? Today we're going to review the AFX Mega G Plus Custom Sauber Formula One. So there's 4 of these out there. We're just going to review one today. Just give our thoughts on it, and we'll see you there. All right, guys, we got the brand new AFX Formula One cars. These things look pretty awesome. There's 4 different versions of this. This just happens to be the Joe Guan Yu version. The other ones are Valtteri Bottas. They're pretty slick, but this one we're going to open it up today, and we're just going to talk about it, give our take on it, and should be pretty sweet. So anytime I open blister packaging, I really like to reuse it. So I like to make a cut around here. And I do this because, oops, it'll allow me to tape this back together or reuse it if I want to. But this knife is not cooperating, but you guys get the point. So this allows you to peel it open. We're going to move that over to the side. This one, actually, before we move on, this one is number 820. So number 820. So this is a little sub insert that they put in there that holds the car in place. We'll get that out of there, and we will get it on its setup block here. So really nice looking car. Very nice tampo printing. So all of these decals, all that stuff is all printed on there, or it's ink stamped. So if you're not familiar with that, you can check out some of the videos of tampo printing. It's pretty sweet, but really cool car. So a couple of things, you can tell that there's some things that were added on by hand later. Might make it unique. But got nice graphic under the wing there. Real nice wheels and tires. Just super nice setup here. So really detailed. Then the actual car itself, we'll go ahead and pull this body off of here. And you can see the inside of the body looks very nice. A lot of reinforcement up here on the arms with the brake ducts and that stuff, so that's pretty cool. We'll set that up here kind of out of the way. But the car itself, it appears to be kind of the same as the other Mega Gs. One of the things that I always check is see what the gear mesh feels like. You can see that tire wobbling. Now, that could just be the install of the tire. So I like to spin it like this with my fingernail right underneath the rim there. You can see still a little bit wobbly. I mean, that's amazing. That thing came out of the package with some fuzz on it, which is just wild. But some basic things to look for is going to be gear mesh, making sure the wheels and tires turn smooth, making sure that the pickup springs are nice and free. So, if you compress this and it stayed closed, you would obviously want to figure out why. Something too you can see here is how close the pickup chute is on the end of the tab there. So I like to bend those over. You just have to be really careful, but you don't want to bend it down here. You want to bend it up at the top. When I say down here, I mean you don't want to bend this surface. You want to make sure that your bend is right there at that right angle. And now you can see that those are on there quite a bit better. Just a kind of a safety precaution. It will eliminate more shoes from falling off when you're out running. Front end setup, I mean, you can see it's just thrown together. And this isn't a dig at AFX at all. This is just discussing what we are seeing, and then talking about, you know, how we can kind of mitigate that without having to replace the parts there. So if the tire is wobbling around like that, there's not going to be very much that you can do about that. You can see without the tire on there that it's the rim. I mean, it's just so unfortunate that stuff that looks this good, it just, you know, why is it so difficult to make sure that that gets pressed on there straightly? I mean, we do it every single day here. It's just so frustrating because that will make that car handle really poorly. Now, the reason that is so frustrating to me is because it's just as easy to put that on straight as it is to put it on like that. And what happens is guys that run these cars in a box stock class, I'm doing air quotes here, if you've bought 10 cars and one of them didn't do this and it was actually just put on a little bit better, a little bit more attention to detail, that car will just annihilate this thing on the track. I mean, and that goes for all the components. So anywhere where there's variables like that, and you know, if you got to buy 10 cars or 20 cars, or I mean, some guys will buy however many cars it takes to make one really good one, and that car will be so much better on the track, miles better. And guess what? It took that many cars to make that one. So what's the point of running a box stock class if that's what it takes to win? You know, and the guys could say, well, you know, you don't have to do that to win and blah, blah, blah. Well, the reality is competition's competition. And once people realize that that's what it takes to win, they'll either stop racing that class or they will just buy more cars and search for that. And typically the people that they sell those remaining 9 cars or whatever the bad cars are, those are typically the same guys that they're racing against. So you usually end up buying those for a really good deal from the guy that has the fastest car. And the reason he has the fastest car is because he's taken the best front axle, the smallest front tires, the best rear axle, the best pinion, the strongest mag, all of that stuff. I mean, it doesn't stop. And so that's one of the things that I really dislike about having stuff like this that is manufactured that way. So we're gonna go put it on the track and we'll see how it goes on the track. And all in all, fantastic body. I mean, this thing is a beauty. These are limited editions, so who knows how many have been made. My guess is 3,000 to 5,000, but it could be far less than that. So looks like the body's got some really good rear wing reinforcement back there, so that's a clever way to engineer that. The front wing is pretty solid. These are made out of a pretty flexible material, so that's actually good. You want the flex, you know, you want to be able to have that be able to absorb some impact. But I mean, look at this detail in here, even tempo printing on the inside of the caliper covers or the ducting, really, really, really detailed. So kudos to AFX Race Masters for the detail on this. And as far as the car goes, it's pretty much the same old Mega G Plus. So let's get to the track. All right, guys, we're out here at the track right now. We got the AFX Formula One on track. Let's do some laps here. So car looks really good. Drives just like you would expect a Mega G Plus to drive. So has a pretty flat power band. We are running this on a low voltage setting right now. Using about a 35 or 45 ohm controller, not running the 120 ohms. But yeah, all in all, pretty good car. Definitely will come off if I push it hard enough. That's the AFX Formula One on track.